ahead on the updates. So they gave us some digital renders slash art of the brawler alternate heads. Getting the Kali Prime head where he's just absolutely raging here, King, and this one is what I'm excited for. Man. That Grimes head with the cigar, it's just the look that I need that.
Yeah, and it's so cool to see the artwork that's being done versus the 3D models, because the 3D models are so highly detailed compared to the art. So like you can see just how much sculpt and detail is going in, especially into like the hair and all like even the fuzziness of the bulldog sculpt.
Well, I would even say like the wrinkles in the bulldog head. Like you can just see all those wrinkles on not only the ear but on his forehead. Like it just brings out that.
And once again, to shout out Jason, like that, like where you can see it says this is not a heads pack. Each brawler come with their own alternate head. That's just phenomenal. Because we were paying $12 for a 3-pack of heads, and now you're getting one extra head, so it's like technically like a $4 value for free.
Right, already packed in. You don't have to purchase anything else. It's all just part of it. So King Hannibal, Kali, and Grimes' heads. So excited. Next up, they also do the female figure heads. We've reached that goal, which is going to come with Mother Mala's head and Lady Jadu's head and another Jessa head as well. So again, adding it, they're all packed in. My favorite out of these three, though, that Lady Jadu helmet. It is a helmet. They confirmed it's not like she's like a robot. It is like a helmet, so it's just really close to her face. But dude, it looks sick.
Exactly. I love kind of the more, I would say, sci-fi-esque pieces that are coming into. Ever since like The Void, there's kind of been more of that influence in there. And I love helmeted heads. So to get these, it's gonna make a completely different look.
Oh yeah, it's just gonna make it like Mother Mala is just more like a battle form there, instead of just like hanging out, she's engaging someone. And Lady Jadu is just gonna be scaring everybody. All right, and then we also have unlocked the Speedster Head packs. So this would be for Kaji, Boon, and the Horrid Assassin. They're not revealing the Horrid Assassin. I'm not sure if it's because it's not ready.
It's probably not ready, just because the Horrid Assassin was not part of the original. Like it was technically a tier to be unlocked, and so it's probably just not ready. Because as we can see with even these speedsters, because the speedsters are going to be the third wave out, right? They're not
correct. Yeah.
Like we're gonna get
the reptiles and
the brawlers before these guys. And so as you can see here, we cannot even see, they don't even have 3D renders of it, so it's for sure that it's not ready.
All right, but for this one though, Boon head sculpt, dude. The goggles, I love that look, dude. The goggles with the grimace on his face.
Yeah, it fits the character so well as because they're speedsters, and so he's just zooming past and he's the goggles to not let bugs in his eyes.
So really, really cool there. And Kaji comes with more of a smirk and a little eyebrow, the rock. And you smell what the rock is good.
As always, Roger Rabbit, mischievous look. You gotta have that. You gotta have that.
All right, but with this, as of this recording, Raving has officially unlocked.
Woo!
Yeah, so we've gotten that 260,000 goal, and Jason's still out there, dude. He's still on the YouTube shows.
He is. He's going so hard.
He talked to Dan Larson from Toy Galaxy, and apparently Dan's been in it from day one too. Like he's got
a lot of us have been. Like we said, like in the first Kickstarter, it was an enormous success. Like it raised over $360,000. And like that's no little feat. Like it hit almost. I feel like it hit all their tiers. I feel like I can't even remember, but I'm sure it hit tons of tiers. And because they didn't initially. It was their first time in the 6-inch game, but they kind of already had a following because they used to do 3 3/4, and they've been doing 3 3/4 figures for like previous like a couple years. It wasn't even like a year. It was like a couple years. Figures, which kind of they already had like a big following.
It gets them that following. So. That is cool. We're at 260,000 there. So Raving is officially unlocked. They also showed off the gripping hands that he's going to be coming with. So that way, like a bird that's in flight can have these hands that grip. But let's take a look here at more of the renders. This is coming from Death Metal and Art. This is like the sculptor guy who actually does the sculpting for Ewok in the Spiro Studios. So shout out to him. Follow him on Instagram, Death Metal and Art. But these sculpts looks great, dude. These renders, I guess.
They do.
It's all done.
They look way good. Like I almost feel like there's like almost it looks so good. It's like they're embellishing it a little bit. it doesn't look like 3D renders I've seen before. These look so clean and crisp.
They do. Like you can tell all the small little details that buckle holes to like all of his feathering that's going to be done on him.
And I think usually
look great.
Yeah, and usually 3D renders, like, I feel like don't have this much lighting going on, and I think the lighting that's in the program is making the sculpt come out a lot more than other 3D renders I've seen.
I agree. Yeah, it's definitely gonna be that. Like, it's just adding that cinematic feel.
And that hat look is so clean, man. With that sword in the back, this guy looks phenomenal.
So lots of cool stuff that he comes on. You can also take most of that stuff off as well. Get him in his bare bones. Again, the gripping feet there on the bottom of the set of hands. It's a cool addition, I think.
The hands are amazing, I think, especially because they're so reminiscent of how an actual like bird just holds out his hands. And even like the regular hands on him, it's like when they're about to go down and grab something. Like they just like they definitely studied some birds here.
Bird anatomy. And like Jason mentioned before on our show, he was talking about how the wings are going to port in. And it's very similar to how almost exactly the same, how the Falcon, a Marvel Legends Falcon, has the port wings, or like a vulture. They will have the port behind the bicep and a port in the forearm, and then you just plug those wings. So yeah, I mean, Raving looks great. I'm so happy that we've hit that goal.
For sure.
And we're going to get into some numbers here in a little bit, but let's go ahead. What else was revealed? We got the Rhino officially revealed. Zawar. At 440,000. Again, just huge guy. Jason said apparently with this Rhino, maybe it wasn't the Rhino. I'll tell the joke later. But there's gonna come with like tattoos. And see those tattoos, they will be on the figure as well. Again, all armor is removable on this one.
Yeah, super cool. $65 mega figure, and so this is kind of an in between like your Thane and Mamba, right?
Right. Yeah.
Bigger than Thane, but smaller than Mamba.
Right. Just another big boy, though.
Yeah.
All right, and next up, we're also getting Vitus. This is another mega figure for $65 at 470,000. 470,000. And again, just big, old, beefy hippo here. Jason, though, was making a joke. This is the joke that he was referencing, is that they were going to add a tramp stamp on the back of this hippo.
I like that. I like that idea.
I just thought it was funny, just kind of like that. You know, I'm not sure who said no or what, but it's not going to come.
Yeah, and it makes sense why these kind of unlocks are so far out there, right? Just because it's a whole new sculpt, Vitus and the rhinoceros character.
Yeah.
So it's going to take a lot of money to get there. Do you think we'll make it in time? Because what are we at right now?
We're at 262.
Oh, yeah, I don't know if we'll make it.
Yeah, because we just unlocked Raving, so 262,000.
And then like Raving will kind of have some heat, it'll have some heat.
Yeah.
So it might pick up, but it's 440s and what 470. That's a lot,
right? Because these go past Mamba, right? These are after Mamba. So
okay. Okay.
So
yeah, and that Mamba will boost us.
Yeah.
Because that dude's like got to be like $80-$75 per fig.
I think they said 89 for.
See, exactly. So yeah, Mamba will get us there. Never mind. We're good. We might make it.
It's going to be a lot, but we'll see. We're going to get into the numbers a little bit. Before we do that, though, Jason showed off some of his paintwork that he's been working on for the alternate heads for the heroines. And here's Mother Mala, and just that helmet looks amazing, dude. I do like that it's more like gladiatorial, like gladiator-esque, Roman-esque.
Yeah, it's got a really cool look. It's almost kind of reminds me of Cade from Destiny with that horn. It's got especially even like the color scheme is very Cade-esque too.
And then they also showed off Lady Jadu's. And man, again, just super intimidating.
And glad he's coming out with these, because I feel like this is kind of what will push people to buy more. Like if they were already on the fence and they're like, I don't know if I'm gonna get it. Even seeing the 3D renders and the art, it's like it's not enough.
Helps.
When we get these fully painted models, it's like then you're like, okay, I have to get this. I'll be crazy not to get this.
Because it just makes it more real, right? Like a 3D render, you can kind of interpret it. The coloring, you're like, okay. When you have that fully realized prototype, paint master, whatever you want to call it, just makes it more real. But yeah, there's the Kaji head with the smirk, just more of a sketch. Here's showing off the articulation that will be in the ears. So Gresh again has 3D, articulated eyes. You've got a Kanji who has articulated ears. Just a little ball peg in there. I think it's cool. Yeah. And here we have Boon with his alternate head. I just love it, dude. This with Grimes, I think this is the duo. This is the best duo.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so as of when I pulled the screenshot here, it was 261,241 with 57 hours to go. They have increased that to 262,000 just from like 2 hours ago, I would say. So they're doing really good. And here is a Brian Brink. So this is a guy over at Geek Dad Life. He posts Kickstarter data. So like he does the HasLabs, how quickly they fund. He did the Mad Hatter, the Flipper, and now he also did this for Spiro Studios Kickstarter, the AWOC Series 2. So what we're seeing here, the blue line is number of backers, which doesn't really matter because people's, how much they spend differs. This hard red line is the actual AWOC Kickstarter that's been going on from March 6th. And then the dotted, more opaque red line here, that is AWOC Series 1. That was their first Kickstarter. And the crazy thing here is it's in their last days right here. They shot up almost.
It's over 100,000, which is exactly what I said. Remember I said that?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And so,
so I said we're gonna get 100,000 on the last day. Yeah.
And so the cool thing is Brian Brink has also projected. He's projecting the FOMO spike right here. That last day, where everyone starts freaking out whether or not they're gonna get it, or starts changing their backs or whatever. But he's projecting it goes past Mamba.
I believe so too.
Rhino or Hippo, but I think past Mamba.
I think we for sure get Mamba just because this is kind of a more expensive wave. Plus, they have more fans than they did when they did the first Kickstarter. So, like the first one ended on 360. So, it's not far-fetched to say that this one's going to get 50,000 more just with the two factors I've mentioned. Like that's not out of the picture. I would say that's a definite. I would say even see conservative thing. I honestly think with that Mamba, like I'll tell you, I don't know if we can make it, but maybe giving us a 3D render, maybe the last day, last 2 days, something 3D render of Mamba that might catapult it. Because like I said, just having that picture, I don't know how many people are going to be like down to buy. Because like you said, it's $89. Yeah. It's quite a high price point of a figure. But if you get a 3D model and like show it side by side with an actual 6-inch, like a pail, with a pail, then people are like, oh my gosh, the thing is huge, right? Because we know it's big, but until you see it, you don't appreciate it.
I agree.
And so $89, think about it. It's only 30K to Zwar. That's like what, 300 people, a little over 300 people to get it. There's 300 AWOC fans that will get Mamba. Okay. I think if we get to Mamba and he releases a 3D render, we get Zwar. Yeah. I think that's all it's gonna take. A 3D render. Because it's so expensive that it doesn't take that many people to increase the money.
There's also been people in their chats, like on the streams that they've been doing, they're just like, I'm only interested. And
in what?
They're only interested in the elephant. So they're like, saying, if you get the elephant unlocked, then I'll back it, right? But it's only, well, they said that they're only going to back it for the 89, but that could get us more. So not even AWOC fans, if Mamba does get unlocked, I think it'll definitely create a push for sure.
Yeah, I think
if we get there, man.
I think so. Like, I honestly think we get Rhino and then 30 more K to Hippo.
It's a big jump. It's big.
You know what? The AWOC community, we got it. We got it, guys. We're making it all the way. I'm calling it now. We're making it all the way. 470.
You say all the way.
All the way. We got it.
Thing.
We got it, boys. We got it. We got it. I just think because those three figures are so expensive, which is not a bad thing, right? Because they're expensive for a reason.
Yeah.
That we're gonna get it because these are big snowballs. These are big snowballs.
More people are gonna start wanting those, and so they're gonna start purchasing them or pre-ordering them or whatever.
Because let's say you get the bird, the Raven that got unlocked.
Yeah.
That's only $30 per person. Whereas Mamba, it's like 3 Ravens. So it's triple as fast.
Oh, okay. So it increases faster.
Yeah, because like me, I'm only gonna get one Raven, so I'm only gonna add $30 because I'm not gonna get multiples, right? But Mamba, I'm gonna get one Mamba. That's $90 for me from one person and from everybody else,
Yeah.
And then once we get Zwar's still 65. It's still a good chunk of money. So yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Josh is calling. He's saying the whole thing funds.
Let's go. Yeah. The whole thing.
For the tribe,
baby.
Yeah, so we are entering that FOMO stage from Brian Brink. Again, this is from Brian Brink over at Geek Dad Life, that website there. exciting thing.
Yeah, good graph. Great to see.
I love
and like
it.
kind of to see that spike. Like look at that spike between 17 and 20. What kind of caused that? Was it
So what? When I was reading this, it was like every 2 weeks he was getting.
when people got paychecks, you think?
I think so.
Because people I think are sorry, no disrespect, but some people don't understand how Kickstarters work. And they think that they're gonna get charged right now. So like, oh, I'm gonna wait till my paycheck comes in, but they don't
Right.
realize that we're not gonna get charged until the last day.
Yeah, so
That's hilarious.
you could kind of see here 5, 6, 7 was the first one, and then the next one was just beyond that.
No way. Or you know what it
man.
could be? Maybe people realize it, but they're like, oh, now that I have another check, I can save $50 more, so I can get $50 more worth of stuff.
Right?
I can get $50 more worth. And that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and it could also be they're promoting, like maybe this was a bigger show that they did, and this was a bigger show that they did. I don't know.
No, I feel like the
or
2 week
things-
thing has to align with people getting paid. I think that's what it is.
Let's check here. Let's see here. This big spike came around day 21. Nothing got unlocked on day 21. Yes,
Well,
it
that's
got
like the
unlocked
brawler
on
head,
day
the brawler heads, brawler alt heads unlocked
117. Okay, and then the first
170k. So maybe the
7,
brawler alt heads looks like that's kind of what catapulted like 3k bump. Because that was a pretty big bump.
Yeah, and then the first bump was after it funded. So a couple days after it funded, it got a big bump.
Which I don't think I don't understand why that is. Like, how is it that you want the figures but you wait till after they're funded? Like that tells me that people do not understand how Kickstarters work. Like that ultimately that's what tells me that.
Yeah,
Because
there could be some misinformation.
Because that 4k right there that backed right after it funded, that makes no sense because there's no added value. It's just
Funded.
that it's funded. You could have funded it and got it funded earlier. You know
That's
what I'm saying?
true. Like
It makes no sense.
in their head, they're maybe just thinking like, "Oh, it's a guarantee now. Like, it's not like a I don't know if I'm getting."
But they're
never.
gonna get,
Yeah.
yeah. See,
It is never not.
and I promise you, it's like a large portion of this community doesn't understand how Kickstarters work. That's what that tells me.
And that's also why the FOMO spike happens, right? Because people wait till the last minute. Oh,
Exactly, guys. Just back now. Just back now. So people have to. Because the problem is, if you wait till the last day, let's say someone's like, they're not keeping up like us. Like I'm checking the Kickstarter like the last couple like 3 or 4 days. I'm checking it every day to see what we unlock so I can unlock so I can purchase more. But let's say that maybe a person misses it and they're like, oh fudge, Mamba got unlocked. I didn't get a chance to back it, but I wanted to. And because all those people that missed, because it was only unlocked for 1 day and there's only that 1 day window, then we didn't get Zwar, then we didn't get Vitus because of that reason. So just back now.
just back it now because it ends Wednesday at 8 a.m. Like we're talking in the morning, so you need to have whatever you want by Tuesday.
Dude,
night.
I don't like, I'll be honest,
It should have been a full day.
I don't like that at all because the story I just mentioned where people are not gonna have time and having it happen in the morning where some people are 2 hours ahead or 2 hours even earlier, right? It could be
True.
6 in the
5
morning for
o'clock.
people.
Yeah.
6 in the morning for people. So I think that's I feel like it should have been 8 p.m. That way it could have been from 6 to 10, the range kind of, you know?
And it could
Where
be
people
that,
are out of work.
It could be that based on the time he started the fund Kickstarter.
Could be.
If he
I
started
wonder,
it in
but
the
I feel like
morning.
that's a mistake,
See,
I feel.
I'm gonna consider Tuesday the last day. That's what I'm gonna be spreading out on our socials.
Yeah, of course, that's what we'll have to do,
Last day.
for sure.
Tuesday's the last day. This is the last day. Like go.
I'll be up at 2 in the morning, refreshing. Yeah.
So yeah, but big shout out to Brian Brink. Thank you for that graph over at Geek Dad Live. Thank you to Death Metal and Art for the Raving renders. That is now officially unlocked. But let's go ahead and check in live real quick here over at the Kickstarter, and let's see where they're at. So yeah, 262,430 with $56. Yeah, we'll see, man.
Yeah, and if you see like 753 backers, that means 753 people have backed this project. And like I was saying, to get from Mamba to Zwar, you need about like a little over 300 people to purchase a Mamba. So that means only half of the people currently backing need to buy a Mamba. That's easy. I don't think that that's far-fetched.
That's true.
I don't think that's far-fetched. I think once we get Mamba, we get it all.
Let's actually check here. I want to see how many all-ins there are. Because epic all-ins. We have, what do we have here? 112. So only 112 of that 700 backers is on the all-in.
Right. So it's kind of okay. So the 112 is kind of already factored in to purchase the Mamba, right?
Correct. So 112 of that is already backing Mamba.
Still, though, that brings it down to like 650. That's still half of the people, including
Correct.
the all-ins, Need to get a Mamba for it to get Zwar. Yeah, that's doable.
All right, man. This has been fun watching this. These figures are great. Everyone's been talking about just the quality of figure that you're getting here, the durability, the playability. Dan Larson was even saying, like, even Thane, who's a big boy, the way they're sculpted, the way their articulation works, it still allows for playability and posability, even on those bigger chunky figures. So we can expect that to be done with Mamba, Vitius, Zwar, all those big. And don't forget Brutox. He's still out there. Brutox is still.
Oh yeah, Brutox, that water buffalo is insane. I love that thing. One thing I also love about these toys is just like how brightly colored they are and the animated aesthetic that they have. Because I feel like it also I'm not a dad yet, but I feel like if I was a kind of an older collector, and I feel like a lot of the community is kind of, you know, that Gen X range, where I would feel like I would want to collect these with my son because of kind of the kid friendly aspect to it. But there's also, you know, some stuff that there's for the adults, whereas like, you know, like a Black series or like a NECA horror, sometimes little kids are not into that stuff. But I think even a little kids, like that 10-year-olds that see just like humanoid animal characters in these animated looks, they're gonna love them. So I think that's another really cool aspect to this line.
I agree with you. I definitely do agree with you. It's there, like we called on the first time we were talking about this. Just the aesthetic is so perfect. It's not hyper realistic, but it's also very. It's not like super cartoonish.
Yeah,
chibi style things. It walks that line of like old cartoon shows.
Yeah, it's like in the middle. It's like what I always say. You know, I love that Eastman and Laird versus the animated show. It's kind of in the middle. It's like where it's animated, but it's still highly detailed. It's not so smooth.
Cute. And,
yeah.
Okay. All right, friends. Well, I'll wrap up. I'm going to call it the last AWOC update that we have here until, of course, it funds all the way, like Josh calls. So thank you everyone for tuning in. If you need more information on Animal Wars' Kingdom, this is all you need to know. Pack that epic all in. Not going to regret it. These figures are amazing, and we're just going to keep getting more figures. The cool thing also, Jason says that past this Kickstarter, he doesn't really see himself doing this type of funding. He feels like he's going to be very confident in his line and just kind of do slow waves, you know, like a wave here, a wave there, convention or event exclusive here. He's kind of following that mythic or the Four Horsemen outline. So
right, yeah, because they kind of got enough following where they could kind of graduate from Kickstarter and just kind of do it on their site for sure.
Right, just
saves them money, saves them the fees.
Saves them money, saves them fees, and they can like sell enough figures to fund new bucks, right? New molds.
Exactly.
Outside of doing this way.
Yeah, and it makes sense because I feel like this wave, the reason why it's so amazing is because of all the new sculpted pieces.
Yeah.
So it makes sense. But I feel like after this wave, having this the initial Kickstarter plus the second Kickstarter, he now has a huge catalog. I would say a big catalog ready to go. Even if we get Zwar and Mamba too. Yeah. Dude, he would have the molds already cut, so he doesn't need that extra support, that extra funding.
He can just create whatever he wants to create with all of this library here.
Yeah, kind of like he mentioned when we talked to him, like he was saying.
Yeah, that's what his goal is, and that's what this Kickstarter is. One thing I do want to mention here, if for whatever reason, like budgetary reasons, you can't do that epic all in, you can kind of space out your orders through Big Bad Toy Store. So like you can pre-order them through Big Bad Toy Stores, even if the Kickstarter is funded, so you're not going to get charged for those Kickstarters as if you would be through the Kickstarter through Big Bad Toy Store. So you could potentially spread your payments out a little bit better, but that stuff also counts towards the Kickstarter. So if for whatever reason you're like, I can only afford this much to Kickstarter, go ahead, pre-order on Big Bad Toy Store what else you want, and that will still contribute to funding the Mamba and Vitius and all those friends.
Yeah, and I think I think almost I would say a better way to do it, because you could get the Kickstarter price, would be if you just, let's say you get the 2-pack, like you can only afford 2 right now, you buy 2 figures. Later on, they always and this was with almost any Kickstarter, I feel like they always produce more right to sell. And then they have what's called a backer kit, where everybody who's purchased even one figure gets sent that backer kit, and you can add on figures at that Kickstarter price. Of course, your shipping will increase, but you're going to be better off than buying it from Big Bad, because Big Bad is going to charge you the retail price. Whereas if you just back it now and then Later, when the
Adjust
backer
it.
kit, when the backer kit comes and you add those at the Kickstarter price, you can kind of purchase it in 2 kind of installments.
Okay.
It might help that way.
I get you, right? So like Kickstarter closes, your card gets
You back
charged,
2. As long as you back 1, you'll get the backer kit.
right? And then backer kit adds some more.
And now, don't quote me on that, because like maybe he doesn't
different.
do the backer kit, but from my experience, Mythic Legions did backer kit, Defenders of Eden did backer kit, Savage Crucible,
I think,
and the first AWOC. So
yeah, I think they do a backer kit on this.
yeah, so that's what I would do.
Okay, cool. All right, friends, thank you for tuning in. Like, comment down below your favorite AWOC and what you think this where you think this AWOC Kickstarter is going to end. Let us know down below. As always, friends, keep collecting, keep playing. May the action figure gods smile upon you. Peace.